All right, what's up, title? We got our board briefing Friday, April 9th, warm up, 10 forward, backward hops. And then we got a minute of fingers forward stretch, 10 bird peckers each arm, or each leg, sorry. Minute fingers facing body stretch, lateral hops, 10 palms up stretches, 10 ankle circles, and then 10 standing tuck jumps. All right, for skill, we have some skill practice here. So we're gonna practice some pistols, some narrow squats, narrow stance squats, and this is gonna lead into some alternating narrow squats to leg out, standing up in a pistol progression, right? So there's some links posted on how to do this. Make sure you check them out. Yeah, and we'll get you guys standing up on one leg, some capacity, all right? And then we got our WOD prep, and it's going to be Tabata. So we have 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds in between each movement. So we're going to start off with 20 seconds of double unders, 10 seconds of rest, 10 seconds, 20 seconds of half kneeling presses, 10 seconds of rest, goblet hold, 10 seconds of rest, floor press, 10 seconds rest. Then we're going to switch sides. So we've got 2 rounds. Start with your right side or left side, and then the next round use your opposite side, okay? 3, 2, 1, go. We have the workout called time machine. So it's going to be 2 minutes of double unders and then 2 minutes of half kneeling presses, 50, 35. We're going to switch after 1 minute, switch arms, switch legs as well. Then double unders again, and then standing goblet squat hold, or sorry, standing goblet hold, not squat hold, where we're going to stand nice and tall. And then 2 minutes of dumbbell floor press, so a minute on each arm, okay? And then we got, that's for 2 rounds. All right, let's just talk about our warm up. So our warm up, you'll see these fingers forward, fingers facing body. They are gonna be sort of static holds. So we're gonna put our hands out, our fingers far apart, and we're just gonna sort of rock back and forth. This is gonna be for our wrist mobility and flexibility, and our forearm tightness, right? So we're gonna sort of release some of that tension in our forearms. All great stretches. The links are posted, and we'll just go through a minute. And you can, like, you don't have to do a minute of rocking back and forth. You can do it a few times and stretch out your wrists. For someone like me who's got really tight forearms and wrists, this is a good activity for me to do. But it does get a little taxing and a little bit sore, so sometimes I have to stop and sort of readjust things and then go back into it, okay? So that's that. These narrow stance pistol progressions or narrow squat stance, like I said, check out the links. Rob's now internet famous, so we'll go through that with you guys, and then hopefully we can find a surface to rest our butt on, or just do pistols, right? So depending on your level of where you are in your pistol progression, there's one for everybody in here. Okay, and then the Tabata WOD prep, the 2-rounder, we're just basically practicing the movements that are going to be done in the workout, getting that stuff warmed up, and then we're going to tackle this workout. 2 minutes of double unders, half kneeling presses, right? We're going to switch arms, switch legs. I would say during these half kneeling presses, for one, we want to be super tight. We don't want to be arching our back or flaring our rib cage out. We want to actually the opposite. We want to tighten down, so rib cage down, right? And then use our mobility to go overhead and to get a good hard lockout position. The standing goblet squat, we want to make sure ankles, knees, hips are all locked out and we're in a good straight line, not sort of bent backwards. If anything, we should be leaning forward a little bit, tucking, not really tucking in our belly, but pulling our belly button into our spine a little bit, right? And this is gonna load our frontal plane. So we're gonna have that load, our abs will need to control that load, right? And a lot of lat and shoulder strength to hold, sort of maintain that weight right up here under your chin, okay? So that's gonna be very challenging. And then we're gonna break down into floor pressing, right? Nice and smooth on this. We don't want to be driving our elbow back through the ground, right? It should be a slow control down, up, right? Feeling our triceps just touch the ground, and then driving the dumbbell off our chest to a good locked out position, right? And let's also make sure that we're not pressing down towards our hip. I know that might sound weird, but a lot of times we end up not stacking our bones properly, and what that does is we end up burning a lot of tricep muscle and shoulder. You get a lot more shoulder fatigue than if you were to just to lock it out in a nice straight line instead of down here, right? Down here, there's no support for you, so you have to use your muscles to keep it up. Here, the dumbbell's going to be in a nice straight line. You're stacking your bones, as we call it, and it's going to be a lot less fatigue on your muscles there. Okay. If we don't have double unders, single unders, toe taps, penguin jumps, if we have a vehicle or a stationary vehicle like a bike or a rower, you can do for calories as well. So lots of options there. If we don't have if we have a shoulder injury or something going on that we can't do kneeling presses, maybe it's push presses, okay? If you have a shoulder injury and you can't go overhead, just let the coaches know. We'll sort something out at the time, okay? Yeah, so that's our workout. Have a fun time. It's gonna be like you're in a time machine standing still, all right? Go after it, guys.